back to another episode of the Lash
The
Cuties
Lash Kids
podcast.
podcast.
I'm your host, Jenny.
And I'm Malin. And in today's episode, we want to talk to you a little bit about our booking app that we use. And we are using the one called Glossgenius, and we are really happy with it. And so we kind of want to talk to you about the stuff that we like and the stuff that we feel like it's missing or we don't like with it. So, yeah.
Yeah. So disclaimer, this is the only booking site that I have ever used, so I can't really compare it to other booking sites. But again, I like it. I've been using it for a little over a year now, and I think it's really user friendly. So that's the reason why I stick with it. So
I agree with that. And I do feel like at least I know I've had clients that gave me compliments on my booking site.
yeah.
So it definitely
Yeah.
is easy and user friendly.
For sure. I think for us and for the clients. So I guess just kicking it off. So whenever like you go in to set up, okay, well actually, let's talk about which kind of membership we have with them.
Yeah. So up until just a few weeks ago, I've had the basic what do you call it? Oh my goodness. Just the basic membership.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. It's
So
late, guys.
they have a couple different memberships. So they have the standard membership, which is the one that Mullen just
Yeah.
recently had. So
Yeah.
that one is $24 a month, which is not too bad. You know, it comes with still a lot of good stuff because again, you literally just switched over from that one to the gold, but it's not bad, especially I think if you're like testing it out or seeing if you like it, or maybe just kind of want a basic sort of booking site. I think it's really good to start off with.
Absolutely.
And then they have the gold membership, which is what you have. I'm showing here that it's $48 a month. Is that how much you're paying? Yeah. Okay. And then they have a third membership program, and that one is called the Platinum, which is $148 a month. So that one, obviously, it's like you have everything available
Yeah.
to you. I actually recently found out. So whenever I got my membership, I guess it was just like in the moment, or they removed it, but I signed up on time. So the one that I have is called Legacy. They don't offer that that subscription anymore.
I think it's
It's
just like
almost,
a grandfathered in, right?
yeah, I think so. So I still pay $24 a month, almost like the standard, but I have some things available that does not currently come with the standard package. And then I don't have everything that the gold package has, but I have more than the standard. So I'm kind of like in that little
Mm-hmm.
middle section right there, which
Right.
I'm happy with it, but I do think eventually I will switch over to the gold. Not anytime soon, but a little down the line. So.
Well, I would say that the standard one, I was fine with it. The reason for me that I went to gold is obviously they have a few extra thing there. One big one for me is I can have my consent forms just made in the app. Like I've made them, but I copy paste them, put them on Glossgenius, and I can send it to my clients.
Yeah.
So when they book, they can fill it in. But if they don't fill it in, I can just send it to them. Like all kinds of waivers and consent forms, like for like brows, whatever. It can be different ones. That
Nice.
was a big one that made me change over to them or to that one. And also the fact that it has like Google reviews. So like if they write me a review, which a lot of people write because it sends little text messages and stuff, and they can just write reviews, that will now get pushed to Google, which reviews
That's
are
really
huge.
cool.
So really
Yeah.
those are my main things. Even though I'm paying double for me now because I've grown, that is important to me. But I will say
Yeah.
the standard is just fine for any of you that are starting out. Like I've had it, yeah, same as Jenny, like almost actually a year and 3 months, and I've had no
Mm-hmm.
issues with it. I just wanted this extra because I feel like I'm at a place where I could do that.
So the one that I have, so I cannot put my consent forms or any kind of waivers on there. So that's why I use Jotform, which is linked to it. So, and I mentioned this before, I think Jotform is getting a little bit annoying with the amount of, it's limited to, I think it's like 10 a month or 20 a month. It's like if I go past that number, then I'm going to be charged with
Yeah,
Jotforms.
and you tell me it was kind of expensive too. Wasn't it
Yeah, I
like
think it's
20 or
like
$30?
$20. Yeah, it is. And so I think that's a little ridiculous because let's say if I do start paying Jotform and then I'm paying Gloss Genius at the end, I'm paying more in the end instead of just switching over to a gold membership.
They're at at Glossgenius, you can have as many as you want. I have one for
Yeah.
brow lamination, one for tint, one for this is unlimited, and you can now. I'm kind of switching all my clients, even the one that has signed it on paper before.
Hmm.
Like I have all of them just sign it again. I'll just send it to it like, hey, can you
Hmm.
just read over it and sign it?
You know what? I'm telling you, it's really annoying with me for just using job form and then just getting that notification. Then all the time it's like kind of like warning, you're about to exceed your
Mm,
amount of waivers kind of thing and stuff. So
yeah.
that's something that could really convince me to switch over
Absolutely.
already.
And as you're growing, you're gonna have more people and not having to worry about that.
Yeah, the fact that it pushes it to your Google reviews too. That's
Yep,
really
that's a
nice.
huge
Because the legacy
100%.
one that I have, it does not give you that option. I mean, they could review my service through Gloss Genius, but it doesn't push it to Google.
Right. That
So
pushing it to Google is everything, honestly,
it
y'all.
is.
Like, if anything, if you're gonna have them write reviews anywhere, do Google. You want that
Mhm.
search engine optimization.
Yeah, because I know we were talking about this recently, and even though it's still nice to see 5-star reviews through your, excuse me, your Gloss Genius app, um, in the end, like those people are not going to see that unless they're already searching or they found you and they're already
Yeah.
going through your Gloss Genius like to book an appointment. But if
Yeah.
someone is just
Exactly.
searching up lashes in Denver or
Mm-hmm.
Lakewood, then obviously with your Google reviews, then the more that you have or the higher rating that you have, then it's like you're going to be first to be suggested to these clients.
Yeah.
So yeah,
So it
so
won't. So it won't do well. Just if I didn't think this was gonna work, but it doesn't push old ones. It would only be from now. Once I got gold, those are the
hmm,
ones that are gonna get pushed. But it
yeah.
is true. And also another thing it has is that I know I had my website on my Google, like under my business, but now it says book now and they go straight. Like from Google, if they're searching lashes near me, I'll pop up and they can just click book now and it takes them straight to the booking site. So they can find me that way, or they can actually go on my Instagram and click on the link, which is a little
Oh
bit
yeah,
more
yeah.
steps, you know?
So even with the right, like on your Google page, it's already linked. So
Yep.
which is nice. And then I know that obviously this is very mobile friendly. I've never tried it on my computer. I think I've tried it like maybe once or twice, if that.
Mm-hmm.
I think it was fine. It's the same thing.
Yeah.
Have you tried it on your computer? So like if
On our
let's
end,
see.
yeah. Like I've done our end stuff on my computer, which is completely fine. I've even checked people out if my phone dies.
Yeah.
That is
Yeah.
like it's yeah, very user friendly too
Hmm.
to book
Okay,
and all that
nice.
stuff.
Yeah.
So
Also,
now we know. Sorry.
well, I was just gonna say also another thing that well, I have it and I know now that you have it, that's also on the gold member subscription, but it's not on the standard, is the wait list. With that one, I think it's really nice just because if someone doesn't if someone just is wanting to put themselves on a wait list just in case, usually on there it gives you all their information. They're able to even write you a message like, I want a classic set on this Thursday if you have anything available from noon to 5, whatever. Then it gives you the opportunity to just reach out to them and let you know, hey, no, I'm fully booked that day, but I got this other day available, or maybe that morning available, whatever it is. So I think the wait list is pretty nice.
So you still have to. So I know I have the waitlist now, and I haven't used it yet. No one has booked for it yet. It won't automatically. Let's say someone cancels 4 p.m. on a Thursday, and if someone had wanted that, does it not automatically? You have to still go
No.
in and
Yeah,
book it
you
for
have to
them.
go right. Yeah, so you have to go in and it gives you that option. Says like convert to appointment or
Okay.
cancel, something along the lines like cancel waitlist, and they'll ask you like, were you able to change this to an appointment or no? And then
Okay.
so there you can pick whatever it is. But I
Okay.
mean, for example, like even yesterday, one of my clients that I had, we were talking about it because she put herself on a wait list for, I think it was sometime earlier this past week, and I reached out to her and because someone had canceled, and I reached out to her and I was like, hey, I have whatever day available. Do you want to come in? She's like, no, I can't. I'll just stick with my appointment on Saturday. I was like, okay, cool. And then I reached out to someone else that was also on a wait list. So it's kind of nice because it's like
Mhm.
you're able to still try to get that spot filled in if someone cancels or reschedules. So it's like,
Absolutely.
and that's what she said. She's like, I mean, I just wanted to put myself on a wait list just in case, but that it just so happened that day didn't work out for
Mhm.
her. Yeah,
Right.
again, it makes it nice to be able to fill in those spots
Oh,
versus
absolutely.
losing money.
Yep.
So I think it's
And
really nice.
and not leaving gaps in your schedule. I do really like that.
Exactly.
I'm excited to
Hmm.
see to kind of work on that on my end when I get someone
Hmm.
on the wait list like that.
Yeah,
I'm
I
excited for that.
like. Yeah.
So I'm gonna pull it up real quick. I wanted to just kind of go over each plan like just real quick, just so people know, and then we could go in like specifically what we like and what we don't like.
Yeah.
But with the basic one, which is completely fine, honestly, I want it out of my convenience, but I could have still been just fine with all the clients that I have on the $24 a month standard membership. But it has customizable website. The websites they have are easy. It has a few different styles. I like the basic one they have. It's
Hmm.
cute. My clients say it looks so pretty, and I'm like,
Yeah.
I haven't done it.
Yeah.
And then easy 24/7 online booking. A lot of things that you can pick in there. We'll go over that. Built-in payment processing. Both of them have that. Unlimited appointment reminders, which is kind of nice because I know
Super
sometimes think it's
nice.
annoying, but it's like, hey, you have to come back in.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then free same day business transfer, free email marketing, which is really nice. I still have to be better at doing it consistently. Client and inventory management, we'll go over that as well. Packages and memberships are coming soon, but we haven't had those yet, but that's something they're working on, which is going to be cool. And then gold has obviously everything else that the standard one has, but you could have more people on there. So if you have people working for you, you have premium website designs. You can have a little bit extra client forms and waivers, which me and Jenny obviously rave about because we like that convenient and you want to protect yourself. Basic time tracking. I haven't used that yet, clocking in and out because it's just me.
Yeah.
But if you have a team, that's great. The wait list, obviously, I'm super excited to try that. Reserve with Google integration, which is what we talked about, how you get your reviews pushed and they can book from your Google. You get 500 free marketing messages a month, which I will say the standard package. I was just telling Jenny before we got on that with the standard, you really can't send out a lot of text. And I did it. And then I was like, oh, you've used all of your text messages. That was kind of annoying, which I'm like, whatever, I can just email people. So it's not a must for me, but it's kind of, as I learn how to use it, it can be beneficial for your marketing.
I think that would be still really nice though, because it's a month with this one, which is nice because
Right.
it's like, let's say if you're giving out, it's a special, like a holiday special, since we're reaching the holidays right now. So
Mm-hmm.
it's like, oh, for the month of November, I want to give thanks to my clients all November. I don't know, 20% off on any lash service. And then that's only
Mm-hmm.
for the month. Like, I doubt that you're really going to do two big emails and within one
Exactly.
month. So that makes sense.
Exactly. No, that's so true. And then auto generated SMS and email marketing. And now with the gold compared to the standard, the gold has, so when I check someone out, it says set booking reminder. So like let's say they don't pre-book. I guess I don't remember actually if it comes if they no matter what. But anyways, I will let me set like, hey, send them a reminder in 1 week to book an appointment. Or I can put 6 weeks. It doesn't matter. You can book. So if you don't do lashes and you do hair, you can give them a certain time where you're like, hey, send a reminder that I haven't been in for a while. So I do like that
Really?
part because
Hmm.
people need reminders. So
Mine
yeah, I
doesn't
don't
have
know if
that. That's
okay.
pretty
So
cool.
then it's on gold, which is really nice because people
Okay.
forget. I forget, and
Yeah.
then people were like, if they don't like to pre-book, people be like, oh shit, it's been like 3 weeks, which is
Right.
fine.
Yeah.
But it's okay. You might have a full set now, so I think people need a little reminder sometimes.
So it sends us a text message reminding them.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Nice.
And once we kind of go through in depth, we can go in and look at that. But it says specific ones, and I don't remember if you can edit it. I assume you can, but they have generated ones to be like, "Hey, this is Malin from Norwegian Skin and Lash. I haven't seen you in for a few weeks. It's time to book your refill appointment." Like those kind of lines, something
Yeah.
in them.
Cool. Very nice.
So I do like that. And then same packages and memberships coming soon. And then they're gonna have some more stuff coming. I love Glossgenius. I'm just gonna start off
I
with
do
that, but I love
too.
it. I
I
do
do
like
too.
it.
Yeah. Like I honestly right now I don't see myself switching over to anything else. I like
No.
this one again and it looks very professional. Even
Yeah.
as the service provider, like on our end, it still looks very professional.
Yep.
And it's
Hundred
easy to
percent.
like customize it and whatever. I guess kind of getting into it. So like if you're just now wanting to sign up with Glass Genius, it actually gives you kind of like a step by step on how to set it up. So even my, I don't, for whatever reason, mine is still at 80% complete. I don't know what I'm missing, but it's okay.
Yeah.
But it literally says on here, like, once you set it up, then it's like begin your Glossgenius journey. So it's create a service. So then from there, you just start adding different services that you offer. You're able to include the price. You're able to include if you require a deposit fee for every service or just specific services, set up payments, and then it also says transfer your data for free. All of that is just really nice. You're able to choose your business hours. You're able to choose, put in your what days you're available, your address,
Yeah, how to contact you.
yeah, your contact information.
And the step up guide is really easy. Honestly, I think you also, if I remember right, I believe you could click on it and it shows you exactly where to. I think it kind of prompts you to it, if I'm not wrong. But I remember it was super easy. It was like step by step. It showed you exactly what to do to kind of get all set up. And
Yeah.
like Jenny's still at working, even though it's 80%. It might just be something like basic that she hasn't done that she doesn't really obviously need because she's using it completely fine.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. You're able to set up here if you want text messages being sent out, like appointment notifications. So you're able to, and if you don't want it, you don't. You can just turn it off. But then also email notifications to clients. And then you get the notifications as well if someone cancels, reschedules, wants to, or does book. So you get all those notifications, which is really nice.
Absolutely. I want to. Can I pause for a second and just jump back really quick
Yeah.
to the plans? I did forget to mention there is another plan. It's the platinum. We won't touch on this one much because it's for 10 plus. It's like if you have a salon, which
Yeah.
I think most of our listeners are probably solo or like have less than 10 people. However, all of the things that we're talking about, they probably have it just all integrated in the platinum. But
Yeah.
just so
Yeah.
people know, they do have that for salons as well.
Yeah. So another thing is like you're able to link your social media sites to your Glossgenius account, which is nice. So that way everything is all together. I know one thing for me, like up until I want to say the beginning of this year, like really just trying to get my name out there. I would tell Malin, anytime I look up my name, my stuff is not coming up, and now it does because now it's reading that name. Everything is linked together, so now it's my Glossgenius comes up, my Instagram comes up, my TikTok comes up because now everything is linked. So I
Yeah.
think it just helps. Everything is organized and the system, algorithm, whatever, it picks up on it where
Mm.
it's like, okay, this is her social media account. This is her booking site. This,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? That kind of stuff.
Yeah.
So,
It's a
which,
SEO, which is just
yeah, there you go.
Google recognize you, which is important.
Let's see. What else do we have here?
Well,
Do you want to add something?
yeah. Well, so once you have kind of set basic things up, there's a few things you can do in your settings. Obviously, you could put in your personal contact information, all that. I like them to contact me through email, not phone. I usually tend to give my clients my phone number kind of after I've met them, just so I can reach out to them or make sure if they're late or anything like that. You have preferences on your appointment notifications. You can put in client notes, which is really, hey, on this person that did natural sweep 10 to like 9 to 12. You have so many little things you can put in so you know. Or this client told me that she was going on vacation and now she's coming back a week later and have no lashes. You can write every single little note in there, which is
Yeah.
amazing. You get notifications when they get reviews. You can get notifications when they put themselves on waitlist. I feel like Glossgenius is really good at giving you. I get email and text when someone books, if someone changed their appointment, if someone cancels, if someone the waitlist, all those kind of things. They will send you an email if they reach out to you or whatever, which is really nice.
Yeah. One little thing that I really like about Glossgenius too is like anytime you book someone or even block someone, like it always gives you like a little inspirational
Prompts,
quotes.
yeah,
Yeah. They're always so cute. And like,
I love
even
that.
like, again, even if you're blocking someone because let's say they're just a difficult client, he usually will say like, but this client has been blocked. In other words, see you later, hater. Or like little things, or like if you book someone or pre-book someone, whatever it is, it's like, you go girl or you go boss. And like even the
Yeah,
text messages, I think it's really cute. Like that's another thing too. So after your like I just got one like 15 minutes ago. So after you finish, actually, let me restart. So right before your appointment, let's say you've already had this client before and you have notes for that client, like Malin was mentioning about, you'll get a text message usually within an hour to 30 minutes before the appointment time. And it'll say, here are your notes for your appointment with so and so. And then it gives you all the notes that you wrote down for that person,
Yeah.
which is really nice. Cause I like that just because a lot of times for the notes, I just add what style, like the client's entire mapping. So I also have a little booklet at the studio where I like draw out like their mapping. I write out their little notes, whatever. But this is also really nice just so I know ahead of time. Like, yeah, I remember, let's say a client had a lot of baby lashes. Like I see that even before I even get to the studio, or like it's almost like I'm like a good prep to know that information, which actually this is what I had for my last client. You said
Yeah.
it has the mapping and then I put has some baby hairs. So it's like
Yeah.
I already know that in advance. And then so once you finish your service after a couple hours, I want to say it's like maybe about like 2 hours or so, then you get another text message, which always starts off really cute. And it's always good
Yeah.
evening, boss. It's Gloss. And then it says, you must have finished your appointment with so and so. And then it says, if there's any notes you want me to save down about whatever, just text it to you, text it through there. So it's like you're just
Yeah.
replying to a text, which is also really nice because you
Yeah.
don't have to go into the app and edit notes. Like you could just send it almost like you're just texting. It's
Yeah.
literally
It's
just a
a
text.
reminder. Yeah.
Yeah, but it automatically, whatever you send, it automatically uploads it to that person's notes, that
Yeah.
client's notes, in their profile. It makes it a lot easier again because it's just writing a text, instead
Yeah.
of again opening the app and going to that client and going to the notes. It's like it's just a text. It's gonna automatically upload it and it's done.
Yeah.
You don't have to
And
think
if
about
you have a busy day, I certainly have forgot to like go in and put in notes. And I'm like, oh, like I don't like a lot of my clients. I know like what they have, but I will say I've definitely been that. So having that reminder of being like,
Yeah,
I forgot. So I do like
yeah,
that. I will say on both of those, on the after message and the before, on my end, and I don't know if it's set to certain hours, but mine is often lagging, which I think is a minus. Like I like that they send that little reminder, oh, this person has this and this, but sometimes I'll get it an hour after I started them, or
oh really?
the after message I might get 3 4 hours later, but at that time I might have had 4 fills. It's like
Yeah, yeah.
that I kind of think sucks if you like I don't know like
You're
if you have a
depending
busy
on it.
schedule. Yeah, I always go in and look because I just don't know. In the beginning I think it was fine, but I think as I got busier I'm like, oh, that's when I noticed I'm like, oh, I haven't sent me a message yet, which is fine. You just have to go in and look. But just for
Yeah.
me, like it was convenient, but now I'm like, I'm not going to rely on that message to come. I'll be like, I'm just going to go in and
Yeah.
check.
Yeah, I will say I haven't really so much noticed it on the first notification. The second notification I have noticed, like, I mean, I just got it, like I mentioned, like 15 minutes ago, and I finished with this client like 3 hours ago.
Exactly. You could have had a whole full set.
Yeah.
But it is small little things, and I agree with you. I love that it says like, "Hey, boss." Like honestly, it's just I think those small little reminders when you rebook someone, you book an appointment, whatever it is. I think in my head, the more I read them, and the more I'm like, a little pat on my shoulder, like,
Yeah,
yeah,
it's
I
cute.
booked another appointment. Those kind of things. I really do like
Yeah,
that, like
me
on
too.
like a more internal level too.
It is. It's a little like it's always just motivational. And I know in the beginning, I used to always just screenshot it because I'm like, I love that. They're
Yeah,
really cute all the time. It's just different quotes from just all these different famous people. And it's just nice.
absolutely.
It's a nice little push.
Absolutely. Well, next on the list, I'm just gonna want to go over the list too, because then people kind of can get like just a little honest review from us on Glossgenius before they decide on which one they want to go with. But for security, it does have a two-step authentication,
There you
which
go.
is really nice because I mean you have clients' information on there and stuff. So the more security you can have, the better. At least I feel better that way. So do you have that? On the gold, you can invite team members, which is great if you get to the point where you want to hire people. Don't know all the ins and outs of that, but like I said earlier, they have clocking in and clocking out and stuff on gold and platinum. So you can do that. The fun part is I love that they have all the business details. You'll obviously put in your business name, your hours, your location, business phone if you have one, or for me, I just have email because I don't want strangers to be calling me. But I love that they have like these things.
Same. Yeah, I like that too. I also wanted to mention another I guess automated message. This is really for like the client. I mean, you can add it yourself if you wanted to, but usually when someone books an appointment with you, obviously they put down their name, their phone number, and their email. Like those are the three main things that they have to put down. So you have all their contact information. But if they do decide to put in their birthday, add that whenever they're signing up. Then if you want, you can turn it off. But if you have it turned on, then Glossgenius automatically sends out a happy birthday email to them
Mm-hmm.
coming from you. But it's like an automated message. You can edit it, I believe, if you want to. But if not, it's like a auto message. But it's just really cute. And I think that's really nice too because let's say you haven't seen this person and or they haven't seen you in let's say half a year, but they get that little email, then it's like, oh, I want to go to Malin, like I forgot
Yeah,
about. It's just a little
absolutely.
reminder in their little heads. So
And
I
we
think it's
we
really
can
nice.
add that in
Yeah.
too. So like, because I feel like I have a lot of people that haven't put it in, but we can
Mm-hmm.
actually go in and just add it too. I never forget, but I really wanna. It's one of those things that I'm like, I should just get better at this. I remember, but
Mm-hmm.
it is
Yeah.
a really nice gesture, and I do have that. I have like 10% off, which I
Yeah.
did anyways, but until I realized I have it as a setting, but I didn't know. It's like, oh, super! If you get your lashes and it's around your birthday, I always want to give them a discount
Yeah. Yeah. Exactly.
because that's nice. All right, and anything more on that part
Not
you think of?
specifically on that part, but I know I feel like I'm kind of all over the place. But um, when it comes to clients, again, through their profile, one thing that I do like about it is that you're able to add a picture or just pictures to their portfolio, which
Yeah.
I like doing. I really, recently, I really started like doing it, especially if I just take any kind of picture of them. One, it's because I'm able to remember their face. You know, I
Yeah.
think after a while, you have like five different Ashleys. It's like, oh, which Ashley is this? So
Yeah.
if you have a
I agree.
picture of their face, and it's like, oh yeah, and then like obviously if you have a face typed with their name, then you remember a conversation you had with them or whatever it is. Also, another thing, again, just you can add pictures to their portfolio, which I do not all the time, but sometimes, like for this one specifically, it's like before, I don't really take foreign fills for whatever reason I did with her, but I had a picture and that put before foreign fill and then after. So it's like I see for myself, like, I don't know, just in case of anything. Or you could just
Yeah.
see the progress on someone's lashes or whatever it is. I think
Yeah.
that's really, really nice for, again, the service provider.
Yep, I agree with that. And you can put underneath the portfolio photo, you can put like classic. You can put the date, classics, what you did too. Like
Yeah.
you can go in really detail, which is nice for us to know because we like sometimes people change it up. So I do
Yeah.
love that too.
Cute. Yep. So,
Cool. Well, let's talk about. Do you want to still talk about the settings first, or
yeah, we
like?
can.
Okay, cool. So then we have the website, which is really nice. With the website, you can, like we said, you could do different. It has the basics ones. I haven't really noticed a lot of difference between the basic ones and the gold ones. It says premium, which
Mm-hmm.
I looked and I was like, I really don't do a difference. I like the website I had on the basic. So to be honest
Yeah.
with you, I didn't get it because of that. So I'm not sure what the premium ones are because I haven't found it yet.
Yeah.
But you can put on your website, you can put portfolio photos. I have photos on, so when people Google me or whatever, all the business photos of lashes comes up there. But you can also do it on Glossgenius, which people do look at that, and
Yeah.
you can also write that's a wispy hybrid. This is this, so like they can actually look, and I do feel like clients really like that, like having
Yeah.
something visual. They can be like, I really like that or like that hybrid set. Is that something you could do on me?
Mm-hmm. Right. 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 Yeah. Yeah.
Do
That's
you
really
enjoy
nice.
that?
I do. I know I have. I'll be honest with you. I know I have some pictures. I don't think I've added some pictures to it in a while. So I need to go in
Yeah,
and add
yeah.
some. Hmm.
Just I think maybe like
I have a
every
couple.
so often go in and be
Yeah.
like, I've done these tests because it is hard to remember all the time. But just once in a while, go in
Right.
and check, being like, oh, I want to look over my website. You can change colors on there. You can change the theme. You should put in your about section and write something about yourself. So when people find you, they can kind of already based on that see if like this is the person that like I might have something in common with or
Yeah.
whatever. That can help you get people in, and that's that first kind of connection. You can add your social accounts, like Jenny said. You can show your Glass Genius reviews, or you can hide them, which I don't know. Honestly, of course, we like to like only show like the good reviews, but
Yeah.
it is also like a little weird to me that you can't take it away because it doesn't feel quite honest to me. But
Hmm.
on Glossgenius, you can hide if you have bad reviews. You could click hide. You can click hide review, which of course is gonna look good. But at Google, if whatever they say about you, whether it's good or bad, like it's gonna
Yeah.
be there.
Right. Another thing too that people can look. So whenever they go to like your, if they, let me restart. So if they go to your booking site and they're just looking what Malin is saying, like your about, your just kind of like your very detailed information about your business, you can also add your cancellation policy on there as well. And it shows
Hmm.
under your business hours, which is really nice. So
Yeah.
again, if someone is just like, oh, what days does she have available? It's like, it's right there, right underneath. So they're going to see that immediately. It's not like, oh,
Yeah.
they had to click on cancellation or whatever, because no one's going to really do that.
Yeah, it's like a little box, right? I think I don't
Hmm.
think you have to click on it. Like I think it just shows the whole thing, and you have to like acknowledge it, right?
No,
I
so
believe.
like if I'm showing, so if you're watching this, so literally,
Come a little bit to. Yep.
here we go. All right. So
Hmm.
if they were to click on this little, I guess I'll call it the hamburger, and on this little drop down, it shows about, services, portfolio, contact, and book. If they
Hmm.
click on about, let's say again, it's someone's first time checking you out. Right here, it shows business hours. So it shows the times that you have
Yep.
available every day of the week. And immediately right underneath, it shows your cancellation policy, which
Yeah.
you're able to go in and edit
Mm.
it and add whatever you want. And it's your cancellation policy. I think that's really nice. So
Yeah.
it's right there. I think our
Absolutely.
cancellation policies are important just as
Oh,
much as
100%.
it is to show your services, prices, whatever it is. So
Yeah.
I think that's really nice. And then at the bottom, I like as well because it shows your address to your location,
Yep.
to your
I agree with that.
studio.
It looks very professional. I really like how they have come up with these like simple like designs that is like
Yeah,
friendly to everybody. I
exactly.
will
Yeah.
say with the cancellation, I mean to jump into just off topic a little bit, but I would just an advice. I would say even though we have these policies and they have to hook them off, so many people don't read them. And yes, you are in the right when you're like, hey, but you hooked it off, but they don't read it. So please just mention it when they come in. Honestly, just so you can just be upfront with them, and like, hey, I do have a 24-hour cancellation policy, and I will charge this amount if you don't show up, just so they know. And I feel like that's like that makes them like, oh, okay, shit, like I can't be just sneaking around. Oh, I didn't read
Yeah.
it. I think that's a really good just precaution.
Yeah, honestly, I feel like because I had like a client that very clearly did not read any of my consent form, even though I've had her a couple times. I feel like after that one on Friday, I kind of have been okay. I need to start reminding people, hey, also, especially if they're new, but even just
Yeah.
I think returning clients, I think it's easy to forget as
Mhm.
well. So
Yeah.
I've been thinking that as well, like just
I actually redid my consent forms. I had 12 hours and I was like, that's fine. But now as I'm getting a lot busier, I was like, you should have at least 24 hours, in my opinion. So I
yeah,
changed it. And so I have all my clients, even the old ones, like sign new forms. And one of my clients actually said, she was like, I already thought it was 24 hours. And like, I'm telling you, I had multiple clients to say the same kind of similar things, I guess. But this specific one was like, you should just every few months just remind us. Because I think they forget. I think they assume that we have it,
yeah.
but also just being like, hey, like I just or maybe just say that you update it once in a while. I don't know, but just maybe just mention it because people don't sometimes think about it.
Yeah, yeah. No,
Like
that's a good idea.
we care because it's our business and it's our livelihood, but as clients, I really do think there's just things that they don't think about sometimes.
Yeah, yeah. And it makes
Right.
sense. I mean, if you start going to someone for a while and consistently, it's like you forget like those minor details, in someone's policy. So makes sense.
Exactly. Here's another thing. Next for like I'm still just kind of on the website, but it has a service lineup. So you can I like to have mine. I have like a little photo and then what the service is, and you can add like the website order of your services,
Yeah.
and you can do a booking order, which is it's just an example on it because I don't have a booking order, but it says example haircut service before blow dry service. So you can kind of line them up how they need to book. Um,
Hmm.
on that, but it does have a lot of specific things, which are really nice, I think.
Yeah. And another thing to that, or a little bit like how you touched on. So, like, on your services, you can add a picture to it,
Mm-hmm.
which is really nice. So it gives that visual, especially if someone specifically for lashes has never had lash extensions before and they don't really know the difference between a classic set and a volume set. At least that picture, they're like, they get a better idea like of what they want. And on top of that, you're able to add a description to it as well, which
Mm-hmm.
is also really nice. If they just click on a
Yep.
little, there's a little icon. It shows like as an eye for, I'm assuming, information. So if they click on that, then it like a little screen comes up and it shows the description that you wrote in. It's not an automatic
Yep.
thing. You have to go in and actually
Mm-hmm.
type something yourself. But
Yeah.
still, I think it's really nice.
Yeah. For example, classic full set, and then the description would be like classic lash extensions is one single lash to one single of your natural lashes. Just a little
Exactly.
description. They're like, okay.
It says exactly that. It says, for my classic, when it says classic style is a single lash extension applied on each natural lash, one, and then like a whatever icon, like two little dots, one. It's like they know
Yeah.
it's
What?
like one on one.
Yep.
And
Yep.
then it says this set is perfect for someone who wants a natural mascara look. Like just kind of, you can go super into detail. You don't have to go in super into detail. But again, it's
Yeah.
just they're seeing a picture and they're getting more
Yeah.
information added. So it's,
Yep.
now they have a pretty good idea of what they're booking for, which is
Even
nice.
before they come in. I agree with you. Then further down, you can preview website, which is nice. Be like, okay, I filled all this in. How does it look? You can also share the website from here. And another thing,
Yeah.
you can also change your website URL. Mine already is Norwegian Skin and Lash / Glossgenius or something like that. But you can go in and change that if need be. So that's kind of cool.
Actually, yeah, mine's yuriluxjenny.glossgenius.com. So,
Yep.
which is nice.
So if you wanted to change it, you could. You could if you
Yeah.
want to take Jenny away, like if they have it available. But it's kind of
Yeah.
nice.
Yeah, it is because actually now that you're mentioning that, I think I made my Gloss Genius before I had came up with the name, I believe,
Right.
like a business name. So I think before it was just like whatever it was, like Gloss Genius Jenny or something.
Yeah.
After a while, I was like, okay, yeah, let me change it to my business name. So
No, I
yeah,
love that.
so
It's
that's
good
really
to
cool.
have. The next one for like the setting it all up is you have a bunch of different online settings that you can do. Is when you come to that, you can I'll just go over them and Jenny, please just like jump in, okay?
Yeah.
If anything kind of sticks out, but you can allow booking for all clients, for existing clients only, or disallow online booking and people have to reach out to you. Options just depending, I'm sure, which services that you do. It does have a question, ask clients to contact salons. If you want to have that on, like yeah, that makes sense for a salon. But for me, I'm like, just reach out as a message if you don't know if you don't know what to book or whatever. If you have any
Yeah.
questions. I have hooked off this one, ask how did you hear about us, which I really like because again, marketing, when they say, oh, I found you on social media, I'm like, oh, they probably have me on Instagram, which is nice. It's nice for me to know where they came from. Or
Mm-hmm.
I don't remember, do they have Groupon as an option? I don't
No, I don't think
think
so.
so.
I
I
think
think
it's
they can write it.
Instagram, probably Facebook.
Right. Friend, other, I don't know.
I literally had just looked at it right now too. I'll
But it's
tell
a
you right
really
now.
helpful, yeah, it's a helpful tool to have.
For the clients to choose is what you're saying, right?
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Just how they heard about you.
Yeah, it just shows as social media, web search, friends recommendation, and then you could add
Yep.
another option if you want to.
Okay, so that's nice. So if
Mm-hmm.
you're, yeah, like they found a business card somewhere, they can write in there, but it's
Right.
nice, and a
Yeah.
lot of people are
Yeah.
good at using it too. Some people don't, but the
See, I
next
feel
one is
like,
that you. Oh, sorry.
well, I was just gonna say, I feel like for mine, a lot of people don't fill that part out because they fill that out on my consent form
Oh, okay. So then, but then you, regardless, you have it, and if they don't do
somewhere.
either, you can like ask them. Like I sometimes do that if I don't know or if I don't remember, I can be like, so how did you hear about me? How did you hear
Mm-hmm.
about me?
Yeah.
It's good to know. We should be better at asking everybody.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
It is good to know for sure.
It is because then you know where you can focus your marketing.
Yeah.
And then I do like that it has like it requires like you can how you want to require cards. I do it for only new clients. Then you can require for all clients at any time they book, which is kind of annoying. I think if you are a recurring client, so I feel like that's inconvenient. I want to use that. And then never require. I want them to put a deposit down because it just protects me if they don't show up And I feel like it's also like a more, I already paid minus $30. I already paid $30, so like I have to show up to this appointment. It goes
Yeah.
towards their appointment. But if they don't show up, it's not refundable. I like
Yeah.
that. I feel like I've definitely heard people say that they don't like that. They feel like it's an extra hassle for the client. But to be honest, I don't think I've had a single client like, I mean, I'm sure that I probably have had clients that are like, oh, these are too many steps. Like, I'm not going to come to you, which is fine. But I've never had a client that have actually booked with me that have ever complained that I had to put down a deposit.
Yeah, I don't think so. I'm sure maybe, yeah, like to themselves, they've never said anything to me. So, and I'm sure,
Exactly.
yeah, and I'm sure that some people are probably like, I don't want to pay that right now, and
Yeah.
they hold off, and that's okay. Like,
Yeah,
I know
exactly.
I've done that before. I'm like,
Same.
I
It's
don't
like
know.
inconvenient, or like, yeah, you
Or
don't know
it's
the
like
price up
I can't
front,
right
or
now, you know. It's like, oh,
yeah,
I'll wait till like the end of the week or maybe next week or whatever it is. Yeah,
exactly.
whatever. That's
And
fine.
that always is like, okay, then it wasn't meant to be. So like,
Yeah,
you're not losing out, I'm
exactly.
not losing out. It's whatever.
Exactly.
Another thing I really like that they have auto approve appointments. You can do that. You can, sorry, let me click on it. You can, I actually used to have that. I only auto approved existing clients, that I had to approve new ones. I had it, but then I just thought to myself, like, someone books and then all of a sudden you don't see it for like, let's say you're gone and then they don't know if they have the appointment or not and you don't have time to
Hmm.
come to your phone. That is always auto approved appointments. So whenever I see it, if they're for some reason they got booked something weird or like some like whatever, I would just reach out to them if I had any issues with it if it didn't work out.
Yeah, yeah, same. I don't think I've ever had that notification um, off
Yeah,
for new clients.
it just
Like if a new
approves
client
it.
wants to, yeah. But if it is something, I think it's only happened maybe like one time that I can think of that
Hmm.
someone booked for a fill, but it was their first time coming in. And again, I don't
Yep.
do foreign fills, so then I from there I reach out. But
Yep.
I mean,
Exactly.
I think that was even like months and months and months ago. So
Yeah.
I don't think
So
it's not really like a common thing. Again,
exactly.
not for me, but if you feel like you want to have that on, then have it on. But at least you get the option.
Absolutely. Yep. Yep. I like things that I never thought about, which I'm like, this
Yeah.
is so nice.
Yeah.
You can put a booking window. I always have mine 2 hours because, let's say it's now 10 a.m. and then I'm somewhere doing something. They cannot book until noon. I do like that. You can put an hour. You can put no time. Let's say if you take walk-ins and you're there, you could do that. But for me, since I'm just a solo artist, I like that. I'm like, okay, I have 2 hours to get there if I need it. And you can do
Yeah.
more. You can do 12 hours, 24 hours, whatever you prefer.
Yeah. Yeah. I have 2 hours also, just in
Yep.
case, like you mentioned, like if you're out and about somewhere, or let's just pretend you're at the gym. It's like, okay, that gives me enough time to go home, shower, and deal with traffic getting to the studio. That's plenty of time. So,
Absolutely.
yeah.
Absolutely. The next one is increments, booking increments. I have mine for every 30 minutes. So say someone books at 9:30, like they don't have to book just 9, 10, 11, 12. They can book 9, 9:30, 10, which I've been kind of going back and forth what I like the most, but I do think I like 30 minutes just because I have some waxing services. So it would suck for me if no one could book and it's like a quick lip wax. I kind of like to have that, but you can choose anything from every 10-minute increments, which is probably a lot of waxing services and stuff, up till an hour increments and anything
Yeah.
in between there.
Yeah. I think so. This part is good. I think the part that this can go a con of Glossgenius is that so you're only able to set it up like this. But let's say if you wanted to schedule where you work only your availability is only from, let's say, 8 a.m., 11 a.m., and 3 p.m. And those are the only times that people are able to select as an appointment time. Glass Genius does not give you that option, which I do know some other booking sites does give you that option, which is nice because it's a lot more customizable to you and your
Yep.
business. And I do think that that is one thing that I hope that Glass Genius fixes one day, just because,
Yeah.
again, it's just, it's something that you're not able to customize. So if you do go in, I mean, you would have to do it. You would have to edit your schedule every single day,
Yeah.
like
Literally. So,
for every day of the year, to
so
have that
yeah.
kind of business. So
Exactly, which is annoying. It's annoying for you to go in every single day and put blocks in. Those times, first of all, it's time consuming. It would be nice if you can pick. I want to take someone 9, 12, and 3. Those are the only times. Yeah, I'm all about convenience. Honestly,
it
anything
is,
that kind of
yeah.
saves
Yeah.
time.
We are talking about like a lot of the pros of
Yep.
Glossgenius, and we're going really into depth about everything and the settings and what they offer and how to customize things to your liking. But again, that I do just have to point out, for me it's a con. Right now it doesn't affect me because I do have an open availability for the times that I am available. Let's just say Saturday and Sunday, it's from 8 to, I forgot my ending time already, I think 6 or something like that.
Yeah.
But again, let's say if I'm like on Saturdays, I have to be in the middle of the day at this time, then it's like I have to go in and edit that instead of it just being part of my schedule.
Yeah, exactly. It would be a nice add-on for
Yeah.
sure. It does allow you to do processing time. Like if you want, so let's say your service is 45 minutes and you want to add a 15 minutes, you can make sure you really clean everything super good and have enough time in between clients. They have that option. I usually like to just kind of add that into my appointment time. But
Yeah.
if that makes sense to you and it feels better, then you can allow processing time. I think it has like different things. You can do 5 minutes, 10 minutes, 20 minutes, whatever.
Yeah.
It's a cool little setting.
It is a cool little setting.
And then do you do that, by the way?
Yeah, mine's turned on. It's
Turn on.
included in there.
Yep. Okay. And then it yes, restrict advanced booking. I think me and you I think have 2 months. You have 2 months as well.
Yeah.
So like what is it now? November. So all November, all December. I wonder if actually those
It's
two.
up
Yeah.
until January. And it's funny
Yeah.
because I was even talking about it with the client yesterday because she started already booking her appointments for next month since,
Oh, I love
we're
that.
during the holidays. And then she even
Yeah.
mentioned, she's like, oh yeah, she's like, and then I'll probably see you, I think she said the 4th or something like that of January. And I told her, I was like, because today's the 3rd, yesterday was the 2nd. So I told her,
Mm.
I was like, she's like, I'll do that one myself. I was like, it probably won't let you. I was like, because my window's only for 2 months. I was like, so if you do want to book it, like, let me know and I'll do it on my end. But I like that for me
Yeah.
just because it's like I'm in more of control of my schedule because I don't
Yeah.
know, 2 months something can happen where I'm
Yeah.
out, half the month or something, so and instead
Yeah.
of dealing with the hassle of canceling or moving people or whatever it
Yeah.
is, rescheduling, like it's just
I
nice when
agree.
it's like, okay. And some girls I know that they're kind of more on a weekly basis.
Yeah.
They put out their schedule every week, so it's like you could do that. I think you could do that too.
Yeah, exactly. I like it too. Just remember, like even now you're saying, I'm like, I probably should block off my Christmas schedule, even though I'm kind of
I
not
know.
sure what I'm gonna do. But like, there's certain days that I don't want to work. Like I can cancel
You're not going to
for.
work on Christmas Day. You're
Exactly.
probably the day after.
So just like make sure that you go in and look. Just look over your schedule once in a while and glance at like when people book. It's just good for
Yeah.
you to know. But I do really like that setting. You can put a month.
Yeah.
You can put I think longer. Like Jenny said, I kind of feel good that it's like 2 months is like okay. It's not too long. It's not, but you really don't know what can happen.
Yeah. Yeah. And
I would feel
again, I
bad
think
having
it's
6 months booked and then all of a sudden you're like
girl.
break an arm. You know what I'm saying? I don't
Yeah.
know.
Yeah. Or let's say you want to plan a really nice vacation with your husband, and then all of a sudden it's like, oh, I can't. One client is booked already for next June. So it's like
Exactly. Terrible. That would be terrible. Okay, cancellation policy required. You can go in there. You can hook it off or on. Me and Jenny both have it on because we
Yeah.
want them just to see as many times as possible because it's important to us. Not to just blast them, but also just like, hey, like this is our livelihood. Like, please respect our boundaries.
Yeah. Yeah.
You can set the cancellation policy minus 24 hours. Jenny's 24, right?
Yeah.
I have a 50% cancellation fee if you cancel within 24 hours, if you don't show up, if you have to reschedule within 24 hours. I always give my clients at least one break from that. You don't have to do that. I just feel like it's a one courtesy and then kind of set my boundaries. Like I understand that emergency happens, but that's where you can get really like you can get fucked on those. Just make sure that you set your boundaries because it is important and it leaves a big gap and then we are a bunch of people pleasers. I'll speak for myself. So sometimes it's
Girl.
hard. I don't like charging for that, but at the same time, if I didn't do it and a client kept doing that, I wouldn't feel like I respected myself. So say it in a nice way, but be upfront. I feel like people understand. Look them in the eye and be like, "This is my policy. Please be respectful."
I love it. Look them in the eye
You know?
and tell them, like,
Yeah,
be
run it.
respectful towards you.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And then yeah, you can write your policy in there at that same one, and then has the banning booking ban list. It says here that you can just I don't have any, but I feel like I've done it before, but I don't know where. Oh, I think I just deleted the person. But you can ban people, which has been, if you have something that you really, it really doesn't work out, it's good to have. Yeah, you just, it's good to have. Hopefully you don't ever
Me
have to use
literally
it.
just did it on
Yeah.
Friday. I'm very like, oh, you don't respect policies, ban, ban.
Yeah, exactly. Cause it, and I feel like for you, like I feel like you're always like very nice about it, and you like give them a chance, and then they keep doing it, and you're like, I'm done.
Again, where I just feel like it's actually just being disrespectful, then it's like,
Yeah.
okay, I just, yeah, again, everyone runs their business how they want to run it. And
Yeah.
if I just feel like I'm being disrespected or you're not valuing my time or
Yeah.
anything, then I'm like, you're disturbing my peace at this moment. So ban.
Exactly.
So,
Exactly.
and then again, that's when Gloss is like, see you later, hater.
I know, it's so funny, but it's true. It is true.
Yeah.
Hopefully it doesn't ever get to that, but at least you have the option if it really doesn't work out and this
Yeah.
person is just, then they can't
And
book with you.
I don't know exactly how it shows for those clients. I'm assuming that even if they try, maybe it just shows that like you're fully booked. I don't know. I don't know what it looks like on their
I
end,
don't know
but
either.
I think it's nice to just kind of like have it that way versus, I don't know, let's say a booking site doesn't give you that option and this person like books with you and then you go in and cancel the appointment, then they go in and rebook it and you go in and cancel. It's just kind of weird.
Yeah.
So I
Yeah.
think like this is just really nice because it's like, okay, out of sight, out of mind, like you don't have to deal with it ever. Like
Yeah.
the system is doing it for you, which
Yeah.
is nice.
Exactly. Which is really nice. And then the last one is just asking for pronouns. I have that because people like it, you know.
I actually have
Okay,
mine turned
so
off.
you have, yes, you don't have to,
Hmm.
but I
Yeah.
think I know Marcus,
I
my
get it.
husband, he works for the school district, and so like that is like huge. So I was like, I'm just gonna keep it on.
Yeah.
This episode is getting a lot longer. We're really going in details
I
more than
know.
we thought. We thought this was going to be a quick, easy episode, and it could be when we just saying what we liked and what we didn't like. But I kind of like that we can go in details with you guys and kind of say what we have put there, or like we're talking about the different things because we've used it for a long time now. I feel like because of that, we are going to do a part 2
Hmm.
with you guys very shortly. We just want to make sure that we split it up because it is getting almost an hour,
Very
and I'm sure
lengthy.
you guys are tired of us yapping about it.
It's like I get it, I get it. It's a good booking site. No.
It is. It is, but it's also, I just think, informative, especially if you haven't ever had a booking app before. Also just kind of getting those insiders for us that have actually used it now for a long time, and like this is the things that works or not, or why
Yeah.
they have this or why they don't.
It's also nice again if you're considering it or maybe you weren't, but now after this you are. It's nice to
Yep.
know like everything that it comes with versus signing up for something and then you're upset because you didn't know all the things or maybe things that it does not come with. So
Yep.
it's really good.
Exactly. So we'll give you as much details as we can, and we hope that it can be really informative for everybody that's listening. And they can give you a kind of helping hand in deciding if Glossgenius is for you or not.
For sure. We can on any other booking sites, but we could talk on Glossgenius. So.
But we can mention a few. Well, we'll do that next one, like different options you have, but
Yeah.
we can't give any details because we just don't know. Well,
All right.
we are really appreciating all of you guys that are listening. Please, if you have any questions, reach out to us. We are on all the podcast platforms. And yeah, we just love to make content for you guys and just give you our experience firsthand.
Mm-hmm. Yep. And if you use Glossgenius, always feel free to comment or add something that maybe we might have missed or something that you would want to see on the booking site, that something that we haven't covered, but hopefully they will add in the future.
Exactly. Well, we'll see you guys in part 2.
Bye.
Bye.